Glasses off. Eyes closed. Straight back. Relaxing your body. And breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Hold. Breathing out. Hold. Breathing in. Hold. Breathing out. Hold. Keeping your eyes closed. I unreservedly dedicate the next 45 minutes to my spiritual growth for my own benefit and the benefit of all those who come near me or even think of me. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. I want to spend a few minutes talking about element cleansing. Just to make it simple, I'm going to read a short passage from one of my books. It's actually one of the fiction books, Gabor. It's the second book in the Nanima series. I'll just read this one paragraph. In the yogic tradition, Bhutta Shuddhi translates as cleansing of the 5 elements. Our bodies are made of water, earth, wind, fire, and ether. Ether is emptiness. If the elements are organized and managed well, there will be health and balance. The body will not complain and will be a valuable tool for the hopefully 100 years we are here. Element cleansing happens naturally when the body is connected with nature. When people are divorced from nature, particularly in high-rise buildings with climate-controlled artificial environments, they lose touch with their bodies. As a result, they become weak and prone to many illnesses and afflictions. Most people do not put much effort into maintaining their bodies properly, but the body is the easiest and most elemental aspect of life to manage and master. And I want to just mention a few easy ways that we can make element cleansing just part of our life. A lot of the ways people just do instinctively, but if you're aware of it, you can do it more consciously and you can do it more frequently. For instance, water, being 70% of us is water, it's very important to keep it, that aspect of us, free and clean. Of course, one way is the water we drink. And a very easy way of making sure that the water we drink is good for us and pure is keeping it in a copper container. And also just putting your hand on the container before you go to sleep at night. If you fill up with the tap water, put it in the copper container. Just a jug is fine if it's only one person. You put your hand on it and you say some prayer of appreciation to the water because water has memory. Another very easy way is if you have a bath in your home, to have baths, but not just to blob out, but to be aware of if you're in the warm water, you can release many things and it's a great help to your body, especially if you put salt in it because it reduces the inflammation in your body. if you don't actually have a bath, which many people don't nowadays because of the size of houses, you can always buy a portable bath. They're just a bit like a kid's swimming pool. They're quite cheap, really, and they just sort of, you can get blow-up ones, but really they just like fold up at the sides, and you can sit in the warm water, like put in the shower and sit in the warm water. If you're doing it with a bath, it's also lovely to have candles there, because then you're combining the two elements of water and fire. And of course, I think one of the best ways is if you live near the ocean, you can swim in the ocean. Where I live, the ocean water is cold, so I never swim in it. But if you have water near you that's not too cold, then that's a beautiful way, because that's involving the water elements and the earth elements. And the earth element for earth cleansing, the earth element in ourselves. Firstly, of course, food. Food is the earth. We are the earth. Be very conscious of what you eat. And the next easiest way is gardening and being in nature. So every day, try to have some way that you can have contact with nature, because it's very cleansing for your whole system. Wind is the next element. One of the things that I do is when I go for drives, because I live in the country, it's very easy to go for beautiful drives that are just very close to me. But I put the windows down so that the wind is rushing through the car, because I'm not just driving out in nature, but then the wind is very cleansing. Like, you will know when you go to the beach, if there's a wind, you come away feeling really refreshed. The wind has this cleansing element. Ideally, the wind is at a certain temperature. If it's a temperature that's pleasant, that is the most conducive way to be available to wind cleansing. You know it yourself. If you're walking on the beach or going for a drive and got the windows down, if the wind is a certain temperature, you just automatically relax, and you just can't help but feel at one with it. But having said that, it's not always possible. You know, it can be winter, it can be cold, it can be boiling hot. So you just do your best. I will sometimes just make sure I've got a lot of stuff on and still put the windows down with all the warm clothes on, because I still find it very cleansing, even if it's cold. The next one is fire. Campfires, if you ever go camping, of course, are beautiful, because it's the fire, roaring fire, which connects with your body, the fire element inside you, and you're outside in nature. But I'm not a camper, and many people are not. So you just find other ways of connecting with the fire. Some people have open fires in their homes, which are beautiful, or even wood stoves. And if you don't have that, you can just use candles, which also not artificially scented candles, but the more pure the candle is, the better. And there are other more complex ways of doing it. For instance, last year I went to a special fire cleansing process, which was at a yogic center in Melbourne. And it was a very traditional system of, the whole system was very beautiful. It was in a small room. It was very sacred sort of feeling. And there's this whole process of moving, like they hold the fire in containers in their hands, and they do certain movements around your body, which are very ancient, but they're following certain meridians around your body. And they do that for maybe 20 minutes or half an hour, as well as some other aspects. And I found that really beautiful. And the last element, the ether, or sometimes it's called Akash. It's sort of the it's not wind, but it's all the space in between the space. It's a very expansive thing, and it's sort of more etheric than the other elements. But one of the best ways to connect with that is the sunrise and the sunset. So trying to time your waking so that you can see the sunrise and sit with it, You don't have to be outside unless the temperature's okay, but if you are, that's better. And just don't miss sunrises and sunsets as being something you don't even take any notice of, because both have a great deal of power to help you to be whole and to keep all the elements balanced. Now we're going to start moving. So first movement's in our chair or on the floor. We're just going to do the crane stretch, which is back straight. You'll just sit on the edge of your chair if you're on a chair. All you're doing is chin forward as far as you can go, round, back, come up. Chin forward, round, back, come up. So we'll do this movement. Forward, round, up. As far as you can go. Forward, round, up. Breathing out for down, out, in, out, in, closing your eyes, out, in, two more, out, in, out, in. And standing up, just moving side to side, swinging your arms, making the movement bigger. Swinging around to the one side, round to the other side, standing up straight, swinging round. Arms up, folding forward, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and staying up. Now we're going to do a movement where we're basically trembling movement. So I'm going to put some music on. So we'll do it while we've got the music on, but I can't speak with your music on. So what we're going to do is basically just start trembling. So it's really fast movements, any part of your body that you want to. Hands, legs, whole body. So it's you're going to be moving very fast and trembling, and think of all the tiny energy systems in your body that you're waking them up. So tremble every direction you can, all fast movements, and you're like firing up your body.
دمت وحيدا في أعماق القدر.
And now we're going to do big, flowing, gentle movements. And you're going to think of releasing. So with the trembling, you are firing up your body and waking it up. And with the big movements, gentle, you're moving again any direction you want, any way you want, but think of gentle and think of releasing. And just standing still, relaxing your arms by your side, keeping your eyes closed. Breathing in. Feel the energy in your body from being fired up. Feel that the energy is going to every tiny cell in your body, and any part of your body that's giving you a problem or not quite working as well as it could. Feel that you're sending the energy to there, and you're firing it up, but you're also cooling it down. If it needs cooling, cool it down. If it needs to be activated, fire it up. And see your body as pulsating with stable energy, that it's all working beautifully and perfectly. Scan up and down your body with your mind's eye, looking for any places that look blocked, and release them as you're scanning up and down with that energy. Release the places that look blocked or look unwell or not functioning properly. Put your hands on your heart. Feel the love in your heart and open your hands and feel that you're sharing the love. And sit down. For this, we're going to do a meditation that is one of my older meditations. I'm going to read it to you. If you want to lie down for this meditation, you can, but if you're sitting, just lean on something so that you're very relaxed. Breathing in, breathing out. Go to a place within you where you feel your soul resides. Let the soul part of you rise from your body. So the soul part of you, feel that it's separating from your physical body and see it rising higher and higher to the ceiling. Look down at your physical body. You can see your body lying or sitting safely. It will wait for you to come back. It has nothing to do. You will need a guide for this journey because otherwise you won't know where you're going. So on your left and right, you see there are two beings. They are angelic beings. They may have taken human form, but you'll recognize them as divine because of their high level of loving goodness and their capacity to protect you. They have great power inside them, which is bestowed on them by the divine. They do not need to speak to you. They communicate telepathically and you understand instantly what they want to say. You're moving away from your house, up, away from earth. You don't feel cold or hot. The wind is rushing past you. You feel comfortable as there is an energy field around you and the two angels. There is a long journey ahead, so you relax. You are now approaching a different land. It resembles Earth and has a blue, shining river surrounded by green grass and majestic trees. It's a very serene and harmonious environment. You land safely about 20 feet from a river. The landing is soft and the sun is warm. You sit on the grass and hear the river rustling and bubbling over the stones. After a while, you walk to the river. You use 10 large flat stones to cross the river, spaced just wide enough to jump from one to the other. Tall, straight trees surround an open space on the other side. They form a wall around a large circle. It feels safe, although mysterious. It feels like something is going to happen, something important and mystical, something that also makes you nervous. You notice a figure standing between two of the tallest trees. They have their back to you. You can't tell if they are male or female, young or old. You look intently because you feel that you know them. They slowly turn around. It is someone from your childhood. It's not an easy meeting because this person is someone you have unresolved issues with, someone who hurt you, although perhaps they also loved you. It's a safe place to meet them here. Nothing bad can happen in this ring of trees. The person has not come to hurt you, but to heal and clarify things. They ask if it's all right to come closer. As you know that the person cannot harm you, you say yes. They slowly walk towards you. You look at them piercingly and notice everything. They look the same as when you knew them as a child, but looking at them from this perspective feels very different. They want to discuss the thing inside you that has not healed, the thing that hurt you. Perhaps it was a major hurt, or perhaps it was minor. Either way, it is unresolved and it will be good to have it deleted from your system. It is time for you to speak. There is no need to hold back. This is a safe environment. You explain to the person how you felt about what happened. Whatever you want to say, you can. If you wish, you can swear, cry, stamp your feet, or hurl things around, and the person can accept it all. We'll just have a space for you to be able to speak to that person and say what you want to say. Just say it honestly, completely honestly. It is now their turn to speak. Without judgment, you listen to them. You understand what is inside them that made them act the way they did. For the first time you see something you didn't see before. You understand the frailty, fear, and anger. So listen to them now and see them as completely transparent in their faults and in their own failings, in their own cravings for love, their own traumas, their own fears, their own lack of love. Listen to what it is they would like to say from their heart, as troubled as it may or may not have been. Feel that there is a free-flowing link between you and that person. Just an understanding of the frailty of life. Having both spoken, it is now time to leave each other. It might not be a finished story, but something has changed. There is an honesty and a directness that wasn't there before. The person disappears and you are alone in the forest circle. Walking back to the river, you feel the water drawing you into it. You dive under the water and swim deeper. As you are in your ethereal body, there's no need to breathe physically. Something in you is different, more peaceful, more whole. There is a serene, soft, beautiful feeling in and around you. It feels light, balanced, and healing. There is a natural equilibrium. Everything is in its place. Your heart is bright and alive. Stay in that healing space, feeling completely whole and completely loved. And I'm going to put some music on for a moment. So just stay there feeling beautiful.
Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be.
Part of you wants to stay there forever, but your other world is calling you back, so you slowly surface. The two angels return and wait at the river's edge. They tell you that it's time to go back to Earth. Once you are home, you ensure that you are fully back in your body. The angels disappear, but the healing is still there. You are ready to re-enter the world with less burden, pain, fear, anger and guilt, and more wisdom, power, and love. When you are ready, open your eyes and to return to a world that both loves you and needs you. And the last part of our meeting tonight, we're going to do a movement. It's full moon tonight, so I will show you. If you can look out the window, you might be able to see your full moon. That might be back to front, but full moon, 100%. So we're going to do our Qigong movement that we did maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago, which is embracing sun and moon. I'll remind you of the movements, but we'll just go through it a few times. The main thing to remember is that there is a breathing in part where we have to do a big smile and breathe in through so our teeth are together and we're going, it's that slurpy breathing. So we're going to do that. And the other thing to remember is that there is a gulping movement, which is, it's a bit like that crane movement. So we'll stand up and we're going to do it embracing the moon because we have a full moon. But if you're watching the replay, you can do it embracing the sun or embracing a different aspect of the moon's phase. It doesn't matter what you pick. So just to remind you of the movement, we go hands on our third eye and in breath, open the screen, out breath. And then this is quite a quick movement and it's all in breath. down, up, gulp, and down through the central meridian, which is the heart, and the lower meridian, which is our vitality center. So it's going to, so breathing wise, it's in, out. All of this is an in, gulp, and then out. So hands on forehead, open the screen, breathing in that, this way that I was showing you with the hands down, up, gulp, and down through the meridian. A few more times. Hands on third eye. Open the screen to the full moon. Embrace the full moon, eyes closed. Pull the full moon into you. Gulping, swallow, and the energy goes down through your central meridian. Standing there. Hands on your forehead, breathe in. Open the screen to the full moon. Embrace the energy of the full moon. Pulling it down and up into you, gulping, swallow, breathing out, down through your central meridian. Hands on your forehead, breathing out, open the screen. Breathing in, embracing the full moon's power. Down into your body, into the earth, up, gulping, swallow, down through the central meridian. And just standing there with your eyes closed. Put your hands on your lower meridian, your lower dantian center, your center of vitality, and tell yourself that you're completely stable, healthy, strong. Put your hands on your middle dantian, your heart, and tell yourself that your heart is full of love for yourself, your family, your friends, your work environment, and all the world. Put your hands on your third eye, your upper dantian, the center of wisdom, and see yourself as a shining, brilliant light, a center for grace, a center for healing. No one can hurt you. See that your ego is dissolving so that it won't be giving you problems, and that you're full of wisdom and intuitive knowledge, that you'll always know what to do and how to approach every problem. And push your hands out from your third eye, and your hands as if you're reaching for the full moon. Turn to face where the full moon would be for you, or if you're watching the replay, any moon or the sun. Draw it back into your third eye, into your heart, and into your lower center, your lower dantian. And when you're ready, come back and sit down. I'm going to read our closing prayer. We dedicate our week to being awake and aware. That's the first line of our prayer. So see yourself as being entirely awake and entirely aware, and be aware that most of humanity, probably much more than 90% is not awake and is not aware. Yet this is our greatest gift as a human, that we can be conscious, we can live life consciously, whereas the vast majority of people do not understand that this is a possibility and how much it would help them. At least you can be awake and aware, and what a blessing that is. Fill your heart with love. See your heart as full of love. Have love for everyone you come across, and feel that everyone has love for you. And think of that now. See yourself as being full of love. See that love is extending out into your family members, whether some extended family as well. No matter how you feel about different people, just see that you only have love going out. All the people at your work, see it as going to your enemies. Not that you may not have to protect yourself from certain people, but see that that is their problem. In your heart, there is love. Feel that you have, and feel that everyone has love for you. If they don't have love for you, then it's their problem. We don't have to stress about the things people do, their ignorance, their jealousy, their lack of love, their anger, their malice, their all the many problems that is a mess in their head. We just go, they don't know what they're doing. But in my head, it's clear. In my heart, it's clear. At least for you, there is only love. Don't let the shadow of lovelessness fall on your mind. That's why you're a spiritual student of life. You want the love in your mind, in your heart. You don't want lovelessness and poison to take over your system. Feel that you're going out into the world with little lights inside you, the things you love. Let them bubble up in you now. Everything you love, everything. It doesn't matter what it is, how silly it is, how incompetent you are at that thing. If you love it, let it, give it some space, let it bubble up. The things that you can do. Think of the things that come naturally to you, that you know you just naturally can do and you naturally have an interest in. Those little lights will grow more this week and bring happiness to you, your loved ones, and all those you come upon and even think of. I want to sincerely thank everyone for being with me for the last 10 weeks. Much love and gratitude to you.